Hi everyone, just a few weeks left to finish up environmental ed. Hopefully you've had some fun exploring these topics, and I was really excited and interested to see your information on environmental justice and how you included different populations and how these issues we've been talking about have disproportionately impacted certain populations, and how, as we think about these projects going forward or this content going forward and teaching environmental ed perhaps, or doing some public advocacy for the environmental education, that you recognize and understand that there are always going to be people who are disproportionately affected by our decisions and how we manage the environment. So with that information, I want you to think about this week you're going to go and you're planning on a site visit, which you will conduct and then do a report on. And so I'm just going to talk about that briefly. So this week, due by May 23rd, you have a site visit to plan. And so you're just going to respond in the discussion forum this week, letting me know where you have scheduled that, when you're planning on going, why you chose the site, 2 goals for your visit, when you're going, I think I said that, description of the site, and then if there's any information about the site, a link to that. And then just respond to your other classmates just to let me know you've seen and looked at, where are some of your classmates going. And so I had posted in the to-do list last week some options or ideas for where to go, and this week I have also included that in the to-do list. Let me move that over here. Sorry for the weird switching over. So some ideas might be like the Jane Goodall Environmental Middle School, that's in Salem. There's the Marine Hatfield Science Center on the coast. You could do the aquarium. You could do the Oregon Gardens, the zoo. Children's museums often have environmental education. Outdoor school is going strong right now in lots of schools. So if you have access to that, or to teachers who are going to be involved in that, that could be a possibility. You could contact the OSU Extension Services and just maybe plan to do maybe an interview with them about their services. You could do lots of opportunities. Fish hatcheries, forestry centers, national parks. I think I added actually Montessori schools as well to think about. So you can do a virtual visit to any of these rather than an in-person one if that is proving to be too challenging. So you can set up a time to maybe have someone at those give you a virtual tour, or at least sit down and discuss with you their programs and what they do. But I really was hoping, if at all possible, that you would get to do a in-person this year and get out and do something different. I think one of the hard parts about doing this kind of program online is we don't get to do those visits and interact with actual environmental agencies and programs. So if you can at all fit it in, I know everybody's super busy, but if you can fit it in, it would be a great idea to just take some time and visit one of these places. Have some fun, take friends or family and get out for the weekend. So the product, so this week you're just reporting on what your plan is, and then next week you'll have to actually complete a report that describes your visit. So thinking about that visit, some things to keep in mind is you'll want to make sure to include a description of the site in your report. You're going to want to either take photos or screenshots of whatever place you visit, and then you get to choose the type of report you're going to complete and submit that on Canvas, or share it with me and let me know on Canvas that you've shared it with me, depending on what kind of presentation you do. So your report is going to be due on May 30th. So I've also linked kind of a description of the assignment, a little bit more on details and options for the report. So again, here's some suggestions for places to visit. Here's some important things to include in your report. Here's the options for where you might, or what way you might present it. So you can do a Pecha Kucha presentation, a written report, just traditional, like this is where I went. I would prefer that that's not written as a paper. So if you're going to do a report, do it more like, use headings, include photos, whichever report format you use. I want you to incorporate some images, photos or screenshots of where you went. And those reports, other than the written one, should include some kind of, like if you do a slide presentation, I would like you to do voiceover narration so that I actually can hear you telling us about the site visit. So things you're going to want to look at is, how does this program align with the STEM attributes we reviewed? You use those this week to evaluate a STEM curriculum. So what things did you see that were present from that? And what were the guidelines that you also used as a tool to evaluate curriculum? What were the guidelines that you saw actually in practice? So we've applied those to, guidelines for excellence in environmental ed. So we've applied those to curriculum written materials. Now you're going to take that same information and apply it to a program, and your report should show how those align with that as well. So again, your report is due on May 30th. If you do a video presentation, I would say it should be no more than 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes is fine. And you can use whatever format works to record that. And again, you can either share it with me through Canvas using a link, or you can upload it to our Google Drive, share it from there, or you can actually just submit a copy of it on Canvas. So have some fun with this one. You have more options. This doesn't have to be as formal in terms of the type. I would much rather see lots of images and just you talking about the cool things you saw there than it being, a formal report. So I know we're getting to the end of the term and people are getting kind of, ready for summer. And so do your best. And if you run into trouble or you have conflicts or you need more time, you can always email me and we can chat, or you can just let me know you need an extension, whatever is possible to do. That is what you do. So hope you have a good week, and I will talk to you next week.